The matter in itself cannot maintain or annihilate. So for everything there is, the spiritual contact is needed. So like, who is in charge of destruction in the universe? Shivaji. And then who is in charge of creation? Brahma. So, but then we say that Janma Adyashyataha. So that means creation, maintenance, and destruction. Comes from that personality, and he is the supreme Lord, and he is the cause of all the things. Like we tell that Vishnu or Krishna is the cause of creation, maintenance, and destruction. So how is it possible? Like, no, it is contradictory, right? So it is mentioned that creation is done by Brahma, and then we say like, no, everything is coming from Krishna only. And then we say that, no, destruction is done by Lord Shiva. And then we say like, no, creation, maintenance, and destruction all are done by, no, the Supreme Lord only. So how this can be reconciled? Why this contradiction is there?
Brahma does the secondary creation.
Okay.
The main creation is done by Krishna, and then he gives power to Brahma to create further.
बट वैसे तो डिस्ट्रक्शन में तो नहीं है ना.
Lord only accepted 3 modes to do all this creation, maintenance, destruction.
Yeah, so Lord does that. So there is one, in this one if we see, he delegates, and then no, it is the power of delegation. So he is the one, like, no, who has delegated this power. And on the other hand, if you see, even after delegation, there is no very much need of this personal touch. No, spiritual touch is very much needed. So after Brahma does this secondary creation also, so like nothing is activated. So then Brahma has to pray to the Lord, and the Lord has to enter into, every single atom. So then the creation becomes complete and active. Otherwise the creation was lifeless. So nothing was getting activated. The matter was not getting activated. So everywhere, so though the delegation is there, but still without the touch of the Lord, nothing actually happens. Everything, the sanction, must be there from the Lord, and then the touch of the Lord must be there. So otherwise the things doesn't happen. So the Lord, so he acts in multiple different layers. At the macro layer, he makes the master plan, and then at the micro layer also, like, he is there as Paramatma, in the execution point also. So in everywhere, the Lord is actually present. So it is not that the Lord's just like, in the sitting on the top and delegated, and then, he doesn't even know like how things are happening. So rather, like, he is the one who's, at the bottom also, like, executing things. So in this connection, yesterday also we were discussing the shloka that Nashta Prayash, not that Shanvatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana. So like this one, we see that to approach the Lord, we need to be purified. So, and who does the purification? The Lord only has to do the purification. He only has to cleanse the heart. In that way, like there is at every level, you will find the presence of the Lord. So that, a spiritualist, who is at least theoretically understanding all these things, he will be able to see that the Lord is present at every level. And a realized person, he will actually practically be able to see that, everywhere at every level the Lord is present. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. And then, a materialist, who is atheist, so he tries very hard. These people tell God, God, God. Like, where is that God? Show me God. And a realized person will say, like, what else you are able to see? Like, I am able to see only God. So that's the difference. So if the material nature actually covers, and if actually ignorance, the potency of ignorance, actually we get affected by the potency of ignorance, so then it becomes so difficult. The quite obvious thing becomes so difficult to understand. So that's the power of the Lord's material nature, Maya. So Maya is also very complete and powerful. So when it affects us, it completely makes us forget Krishna, right? So that's how powerful the Maya is. So here it is mentioned the Brahma, or the first created being born just after the creation, is the direct son of Narayana. So Narayana as Garbhadaksha Vishnu, first of all, entered material universe, and so later this point of Atma Bhu will be discussed later in the purport. So just one liner is given in the beginning. So, anyways, when it comes, we'll discuss. So, Narayana or Garbhadaksha Vishnu first entered all the material universes. Okay, so now who's Paramatma? Which Vishnu is Paramatma? Now, what about Garbhadaksha Vishnu? What about Mahavishnu? Or this one, what is that? Karnadaksha Vishnu? Mm-hmm. So all three of them are called as Paramatma at different levels. So all three of them are Paramatmas. So that generally this one's of Paramatma. So these three personalities, they at a simpler level we see that Kshirodaksha Vishnu. So he is the Paramatma of individual entities, and Garbhadaksha Vishnu is considered to be the collective Paramatma of all living entities, and also sometimes called as the actual Paramatma of the entire universe. It's like you can consider Brahma as the soul of the universe, and Garbhadaksha Vishnu is the Paramatma of the universe, like that. And then this one, Karnadaksha Vishnu is the soul of entire material creation. So otherwise, the material creation doesn't take place. It is not possible. Just like this body is functioning, it requires soul and the super soul. Otherwise it cannot function. So in the same way, the universal body, the huge entity that is there. So for that also there is requirement of this Paramatma being there. So without that it is not possible for the creation to happen. So Narayana, as Garbhadaksha Vishnu, first of all entered all the material universes. And without spiritual contact, matter cannot create. So the material principle, this principle was followed from the very beginning of creation. The Supreme Spirit entered the universe, and the first living being, Brahma, was born on a lotus flower grown out of the transcendental abdomen of Vishnu. Vishnu is therefore known as Padmanabha. Padmanabha. So Padmanabha is, one is like, it is like a lotus flower, so world of a lotus. So another is like, it gave birth to a lotus, and from there, it was like Brahma was born. So this is also one of this ones of the residents of Vrindavan. So they actually chastise Brahmaji. ये क्या creation किया? So like they are not able to like enjoy the sight of Krishna undeterred. So because of the eyelids and things like that and all. So anyway, like Brahma, he doesn't have any feelings. Was born of lotus flower, जड़ से पैदा हुआ. So he doesn't have much experience of personal feelings and things like that. So anyways, like it doesn't. That's the viewpoint of the gopis of Vrindavan. So like here we see that. So this is why the Lord is called as Padmanabha. So one whose Nabi is given birth to lotus flower. So Brahma is known as Atmabhu because he was begotten directly from the father without any contact of Mother Lakshmi. Lakshmi was present near Narayana, engaged in the service of the Lord, and still without contact with Lakshmi, Narayana begot Brahma. So here, the Lord's omnipotence is actually described. So there are living entities in this world, which doesn't require mating, to create offsprings, So what are those? Any example?
Peacock.
Huh? Peacock. ऐसा क्या?
2 eyes, they try.
हाँ, होता है ना. So without that also.
Amoeba.
Yeah, amoeba, like virus. It just splits. It just splits. So, like many, what do they call technically?
Unicellular organisms.
No, unicellular. Huh?
It's called asexual reproduction.
हाँ asexual reproduction actually, asexual reproduction. तो वैसा, so if that is there in the creation, it must be there in the Lord also. You know? So in that way, here we see that the Lord is the first one. No, Brahma is the first asexual reproduction. So in that way, like they're also called as some. The name is there for that beings. This is the process. The name of the process. Uh, I don't know, like there is some name is there, like which they just beget children, no, just like that. No, they don't need, it's just the seasons, no, the season they just lay eggs and no, it happens. So and then so here, no, Lord, the Lord is the first one to do this thing, and He is omnipotent. No, all that potency that we have, no, that we are able to see in this world is nothing but a spark of the splendor of that Supreme Lord. So if the sparks are so much, if you know, if you want to understand the Lord, one of the ways to understand the Lord is, no, जो कुछ भी दिख रहा है सबको summation करना है. So then what comes out is a portion of the Lord's this one. So in that way, like we see that the Lord is having this omnipotence. No, it is not something very astonishing or something very great for the Lord to do. Because His creation is able to do this, so then the Lord can definitely able to do this. So one who like foolishly considered Narayana like other living beings should take a lesson from this. Narayana is not an ordinary living being. He is the personality of Godhead Himself, and He has all potencies of all the senses in all parts of His transcendental body. So this is that Angani Yasha Sakalendriya Vrittimanti Pashyanti Panti Kalayanti Chiram. So like in this way we see that the Lord's all the bodily parts. No, what is the standard example that Srila Prabhupada gives whenever this one comes? Angani Yasya comes. Huh? Prasad offered to the Lord. So like how does the Lord accept a bhoga offering to the Lord? Through the eyes. No, through the eyes He accepts, and sometimes through hands also. So, but then if every time Lord accepts through hands, our devotee will get disturbed. You know, Bhagavan sab kali hai, mere liye kuch nahi hai. So iske liye mercifully the Lord accepts through eyes. So there are pastimes, of the Lord, like where Varahade? क्या कहते?
वो टच अर्थ को टच करने के बाद तो
हाँ
विद्युत पैदा होता है.
हाँ, अर्थ को टच करने के बाद क्या कौन पैदा होता है?
बाणासुर समानास.
नहीं, नरकासुर पैदा होता है ना. Yeah. So that is another reason कि like all that is created by the Lord is not all good. कभी कभी असुर भी पैदा होते हैं. So everybody is created by the Lord only. So and the Lord's business is what? So He's not creating some new living entities. No, the living entities are already there, and then they have different propensities, and the Lord just gives an opportunity for them to exist in this world, right? So Narayana is not an ordinary living being. No, He can perform anything and everything. So He is really, His activities are very, very wonderful. So an ordinary living being begets a child by sexual intercourse, and he has no other means to beget a child other than the one designed for him. But Narayana, being omnipotent, is not bound to any condition of energy. He is complete and independent to do anything and everything in his previous everything by his various potencies, very easily and perfectly. So there was one time like this description of Lord's appearance as Varahadev was described. And then so there was a question that the Lord is considered to be transcendental, and his birth is also considered to be very transcendental. So now he appeared without any material contact, just like that. He just appeared from the nostril of Brahma. And then the question was about how did Kapila Dev appeared? He was like present in the womb, and he was like there for sufficient number of months, and then he was begotten. So and also like no Krishna's appearance also, like no, he was in the womb. So, but there is no seminal discharge over there. So, but in Kapila Dev's case, there was seminal discharge, no. So, like all this ones. So then, finally speaking, that Lord can appear in any way he wants, no. So he wants, like, he can appear from nostril. He wants, no, he can follow the normal process. He wants, he can follow half of the normal process and half, some different process. Like, no, anyway, like, no, he wants, he can appear. So still it is transcendental. It is not that, it is not strictly key, no, he cannot appear in this way, he can appear only in this way. No, he can appear in any way he wants. No, that's the amazing aspect of the Lord. So, here, so but Narayana being omnipotent is not bound to any condition of energy, no, either for begetting or this unborn being born, no. So like how he wants to take birth in this world or how he wants to create his further creation. So it's like completely up to him, right? And one amazing this one that is there is that this omnipotence, when it is talked about, he can do like parasya shaktir vividaiva shruyate swabhaviki jnana bala kriyacha. So it is like very, very natural for him to do wonderful activities. So, and it is not very, he doesn't need to exert himself a lot, to do some wonderful activities. So yesterday, we had, transferred some 640 cartons of books. So and devotees are feeling, so much of body pain and things like that. So thoda bhi potency nahi hai ki carton box uta ke rakhne ke liye. So that, but then the Lord does some activities. Lord does some really very powerful activity. Killing of Hiranyakashipu or measuring the whole world, so and things like that. So, but then the Lord doesn't feel any exertion. He just does it very happily and blissfully. He just does do it, and his innumerable wonderful energies are there at the beck and call. He can just do really powerful activities without any exertion. So that's the amazing aspect of the Lord. He is complete and independent to do anything and everything by his various potencies very easily and perfectly. And Brahma is therefore directly the son of the father and was not put into the womb of mother. Therefore, he is known as Atmabhu. So this Brahma is in charge of further creation in the universe, secondarily reflected by the potency of the omnipotent. So this is right from the beginning. It is very, very clear. So even the creation of the world, Brahma alone could not do it. He required the support of Lord Vishnu. And in the same way, here in our practical life also, any material activity or spiritual activity, so we should always take shelter of the Supreme Lord. So otherwise, we will be guided by the material potency, material energy of the Lord, and material energy of the Lord's, what is the contribution of material energy of the Lord? So it just tries to convince us, aapne kiye. Very nicely you did. And so if we are awakened to spiritual, shelter of the spiritual energy of the Lord, so then what happens is that definitely, you endeavored, so that's nice of you. So, but then the Lord actually, by the grace of the Lord, you could able to achieve this particular thing. You could able to do this particular thing. So that means, we are having Krishna consciousness. That means, we are awakened to knowledge. Otherwise we are in ignorance. So completely under the shelter of material, energy of the Lord. So thinking that everything happens, things have happened by my endeavor. So that is, we are not able to see other players, who have supported, in this one. Sometimes a team work happens, and then one person in the team, he starts claiming, maine kitna acha kaam kiya, dekho, how wonderful results I have brought. Other people also did something, but then so I am the one who has did it. So that means a person is an illusion. So here we see that there are many factors that are there, which are supporting. And one of the prime factor is the sanction of the Lord and also the grace of the Lord. So without that, it is not possible for anything to get executed. And this principle, is there. This is the way the whole material creation works. So how does the material creation works? Lord mentions in the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. How does he mentions? That is there, but then the process of activities in the material world, the Lord creates three different entities. Huh? The Lord creates three different entities. What all entities He creates? Huh? Lord creates human beings. Then? Huh? Lord creates the Devatas. What is the third thing? Huh? I know. They are not needed for the execution. They are needed. No, they are there to create problem in the execution. So for execution of activities, no living entities are created, and devatas are created, and then the process of yajna is created. No, so when the living entities perform yajna, so then to satisfy Vishnu, so then the devatas become pleased. No, they will provide the necessities for the living entities. So this triangular action is right from the beginning. So this is the norm. This is the way the whole universe actually functions. So but then in the when the materialism becomes very peak, so then people actually come to this concept that whatever you want, you have to endeavor, you have to try, and you will get it. So like it is by the power of you, like everything is happening. So this triangle is made into a straight line, so that's the problem, and the people, and the equation is actually of triangle, and then and you have understood it as straight line, and every time there is a problem, every time there is a bouncer that comes. So this is the equation, but then the answer is coming something else, somewhere else it is coming. So and trying to map back to the straight line, and it doesn't get mapped, and it's like always it is a very, very troublesome this one, because we have understood the whole equation very wrongly. The way in which the world works is we have to perform yajna to please the Supreme Lord, and then the devatas like when the Vishnu becomes pleased, then the devatas actually becomes favorably disposed, and then they provide the necessities of the living entities. So in this way, like this is the triangular formula that actually works. And so even some devotees else were mentioning about the prakrite kriyamanani. So the living entity desires, the Lord sanctions, and the material nature executes. This is the triangular formula that is there. So like the asuras, somebody told asuras are also created. Yeah, so they always try to see that sense object is there, my senses are there, why devata in between, who's caught off. So we will redefine the whole ways of working of this universe. And so they try to redefine the whole thing, right? So but then it becomes problematic. You will not be able to sustain. So you'll not be able to sustain in an artificial way of working in this world. So this is the normal way of working in this world. And always there is a triangle. Always there is a third person that is involved. Now without a third person, we can never get what we want, right? So even in the normal material world also, you want money. So, and there is a lot of money in the bank. So nahi le sakte. So kya karna chahiye? You have to go to some third party, and you have to work for him, and then he will put money in your account and you can take it. So you want money. Why you are going to a third party? But it is required. Everywhere this third party is required. So you want something, but then there is something that is needed. So like a man and women, they want to enjoy. So man is there, women is there. We can enjoy. So what's the problem? But then there is relatives are there, parents are there. You have to convince them, and you have to get married. So that is proper normal way. Like then there is no problem that arises. So but then man is there, woman is there. We'll unite. There is so much of problem. So much of problem, because we are going against the natural formula. So anywhere we go against the natural formula, it's going to be troublesome. It's going to be like so much of trouble that is going to be there, right? So so the Brahma is in charge of the further creation in the universe, and secondarily reflected by the potency of the omnipotent. Now within the halo of the universe, there is a transcendental planet known as Shvetadvip, which is the abode of Chiradakshaya Vishnu, the Paramatma feature of the Supreme Lord. Right? So this is the place where the Shirodaksha Vishnu actually resides, and he is the Paramatma who is there in the heart of every single living entity, and who is giving the inspiration for the work in this material world. And he also he's all, inspiration means based on the past desires of the living entity. He actually provides the inspiration, and he also, in a localized form, he is also present in the planet called Shvetadvip. And whenever there is a trouble in the universe that cannot be solved by the administrative demigods, they approach Brahmaji for a solution. And if it is not to be solved even by Brahmaji, so then Brahmaji consults and prays to the Shirodaksha Vishnu for an incarnation or solution to the problem. So now, naturally a question may arise that Brahma is very, very powerful. And here the example that is cited is of Kamsa and others were ruling, so then it became overburdened by the misdeeds of Asuras, and Brahmaji could not do anything. So what is the power of Brahma? Brahma is like really very powerful, and these Asuras were very tiny, puny in front of Brahma. Brahma can actually, he controls the Panchabhutas. If he wants the Panchabhutas to get disintegrated in the body of Kamsa, he's finished. So then why Brahma has to go, and why Brahma has to, why it is not possible for him to solve? He's a very powerful personality. So almost, in these matters, he's almost in par with Vishnu. He knows everything that is happening, and he can control matter. And he has immense powers actually. Brahma is not just like an ordinary living entity. He's very, very immense powers. So, but then why he is not able to solve the problem? Just maar do na usko, demon ko. Why he is not able to do? हाँ? अरे आप सेवा करेंगे कि भगवान को सेवा देंगे?
Actually, want to show supremacy of Lord Krishna. That I am the servant. Before doing something like approach not.
No, ऐसा नहीं है. Delegation है. ऑफिस में काम दिया मतलब before doing any work I'll have to go and check with manager. Manager बोलेगा तुमको काम दिया पहले काम करो. छोटा मोटा चीज के लिए मेरे पास आ रहे हैं. साइन तो है, वही तो असाइनमेंट है, ठीक से संभालो यूनिवर्स को. एंड हर बार आ रहा है कि संभाल नहीं पा रहा. अरे तुम किसके लिए तुमको मैनेजर बनाया? एक असुरा आता है तुरंत आ जाता है. That reason is there. So that reason is there. That's a valid reason. But then from the point of view of Brahma, so Brahma is not thinking that okay, Lord may come and do his pastimes. Usko bulayenge thoda. So that is, in this particular case, that is not the primary reason. From the point of view of Lord Brahma.
He himself has created this Asura as well. He has some affection to him. So
उतना अफेक्शन है तो वो ब्रह्मा नहीं बनेंगे.
Brahma is already realized soul is Vaishnava. So you know that everything is happening because of Lord Krishna. Therefore, ultimately he is at war. He is approaching him. Prabhu, it's an invitation to a big personality.
Huh?
An invitation to a big personality.
Invitation to a big personality, yeah?
Someone has to invite.
That is there. That reason is definitely there. But we are talking from the perspective of administration of the universe. Brahmaji is the administrative head of the universe. Right? Indra is administrative head, but then Indra is approaching, escalation हो रहा है, but Brahma भी solve नहीं कर पा रहा है. क्यों solve नहीं कर पा रहा है? ये तो छोटा problem है. Yes, Paul.
Because Asuras got some boon from Devatas also.
Yeah, Asuras got from some boons from Devatas also, and then it's very cumbersome situation. It's not that ki like no usko utao maro and things like that. No, sometimes like no they get nice boons from the Devatas, and then the problem is not so simple and easy. Even an Asura has the right to live. No, you cannot just go and kill some Asura just like that. No, he also has the right to live, and he also has the right to do his activities. No, that's the purpose. So why couldn't say Vaikuntha is there? Like that's a peaceful place, everybody is living. Why did you create material world? First of all, why the material world is created? So that no, all this asuras can be there, and उधर से भी मारते जाएंगे तो किधर जाएगा बेचारा. So the problem is not that ki no there is some bad elements and we just wipe off the bad elements. No, that's not possible. This world is created for these bad elements. So we'll have to, that's why it is mentioned that you do nice bhakti and get out of this place. So ये bad है like इसको सब निकालना है. नहीं, वो लोग इधर रहेंगे. तुमको जाना है. So this is their eternal residence. If you want to be a devotee, you are in a wrong place. You have to go to Vaikuntha to practice bhakti. So like you have to get out of this place, and this is their rightful place, for them to live. They will be there, and इसको मैनेज करने के लिए थोड़ा अच्छा लोग चाहिए, and they will be like breaking their head how to manage. And it's quite difficult. उसको easy this one is like कभी भी असुरों को देखा like no shoot at sight. So like ऐसा order मिला तो like अच्छा है. All the administrative demigods they'll be very happy. जब मिला like उसको मार दो. So but then no. जेल में रहेगा, बट तुमको मैनेज करना है. So that is when the whole problem is like the problem becomes so intricate and so cumbersome. So then Lord is to be approached, and only Lord can solve these kind of problems. So and these demigods they also solve many problems, but then sometimes the problems become so intricate and it becomes very difficult to solve. So that's why they approach, and when they approach, the Lord actually comes and he performs wonderful pastimes. So this is also one way of Urukrama. So this is not a activity that cannot be achieved physically. Like physically asura ko marna itna bada cheez nahi hai actually. And that to Kamsa, like Kamsa is a demon of like end of Treta Yuga, practically speaking Kali Yuga ka demon, samajh sakte hain, beginning of Kali Yuga. So like end of Dwapar Yuga, like so it is not a very powerful demon, in comparison to like Hiranyakashipu and all, like it's like kuch bhi nahi hai, machhar marne jaisa actually. So but then the thing is it is not about like killing the demon as such. So it is about the there is various boons that are there and various intricate problems that are there. So it is not so easy to actually kill them. So because of so many rules and regulations, it is not some brute force murder that is going to happen. So much of intricate this one dharma has to be taken into account. Their right to live has to be also taken into account, and all these things with that they have to be handled. And also like if you kill him, what will happen? Where they will go? Again they'll take birth. So दोबारा जन्म लेंगे, दोबारा उसी प्रॉब्लम को हैंडल करना पड़ेगा दूसरे लोकेशन में. That's it. So that is something that the Lord has to actually solve. Now when the problem becomes too intricate and too difficult, so then the Lord has to come and solve. So, and that's why it is mentioned that they're requesting for an incarnation or the solution to the problem. So please give us some direction, how we can actually handle this problem, right? And Brahmaji along with other demigods prayed at the shore of Shirodaka ocean, and they were advised of the descent of Lord Krishna as a son of Vasudeva and Devaki. So some people say that the Lord appeared because of the prayers of Brahmaji. So like here we see that there are many different reasons that Kunti Maharani is giving. That one is that to glorify Yadu, and to who's a great devotee, and so Vasudeva and Devaki prayed and Brahmaji prayed, and so many different applications are going now for the Lord to appear, right? And then when he appears, he satisfies many different purposes. So like छोटा एक काम के लिए नहीं आते हैं, So it is like जब construction work, no, not the chota mota repair work है ना. So then we call some plumber or electrician, no, they will say like, इतना छोटा काम के लिए नहीं आएंगे. So ऐसा, so that is a state of a normal, this one worker. We can think of the Supreme Lord, Supreme Lord आता है तो like काफी सारा काम करता है actually. So many things gets accomplished. So by the appearance of the Supreme Lord. So, and all these reasons are true, and combinedly the Lord actually appears. So with this we pause here the discussion. Any questions or comments you can take? Yes.
Thank you for a wonderful class. So, Prabhuji, you said that gopis chastise Brahma department of body. But when we see that Goloka Vrindavan and the spiritual land, they are spiritual, they are not created by Brahma, then why gopis are chastising Brahma?
No, when they were present here, they were doing that. Yes.
Indra and Brahma both are there, so what is their role? So who is responsible for handling demons?
Generally Indra. Indra is a hands-on manager. ब्रह्मा जी like ज़्यादातर तपस्या में रहते हैं. जब problem हुआ तो it's like in escalation only he gets into the scene.
Is there any evidences that Brahma fights with any demon who is interfering in any kind of administration?
Fights with a demon. Not sure. So but उनको इतना fight करने की भी जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगा actually. So he, presidential position जैसा. So.
In the case of Kansa, Hiranyakashipu, in all these cases, even they have right to live, but Lord, after coming, what does he do? He kills only.
He kills only, but then his what is that? कुछ तो he gets into some equation and then कुछ तो offense होता है and then he is properly taken into task like that. And they have so much of boons and things like that, and normally they cannot be killed, just like that.
In case of Kansa,
Kamsa का भी काफी सारा boons था, but I don't exactly know what exact boons he had. Many boons he had, so not to be killed by any this one. That's how he could able to subjugate many asuras. So all these powerful asuras we are talking about, Aghasur and Trinavrata and all these personalities, he has already fought with them and defeated them. And even to the extent of controlling the demigods, he had that kind of powers. Though he was demon of the upper yuga, still he enjoyed great powers. The demigods were afraid. Demigods were afraid of Aghasur and these demons. And uska baap hai Kamsa. So he was having very great boons actually. So वो इतना ज़्यादा describe नहीं किया जैसा हिरण्यकशिपु का description होता है. But इसका description नहीं दिया, but then it is there. In other Puranas it is there. So I don't exactly know the boons. Scott. Yes,
Brahma does not have weapons, and Shiva and Vishnu they have. Is that why he does not fight?
पता नहीं, स्पेकुलेट करना पड़ेगा. But then ब्रह्मा के पास कुछ तो अस्त्र है ना, वो दूसरों को बांटते जाते हैं. खुद का अस्त्र है ना. क्रिएटेड काफी सारा चीज क्रिएट किए होंगे. अपना पर्सनल अस्त्र भी रखा है. So छोटा मोटा demons है ना, like वो सब दिखावट करते हैं, है ना. So ब्रह्मा जी he doesn't show, and in case of Lord Vishnu, for him everything is decoration. And sometimes he kills through lotus also. There is description that is there of Narsingadev killing all the demons. He was killing with all his 4 weapons. He was killing the demons with lotus also. Lotus ko mara to user sir kat gaya. So, so sometimes great personalities they show and sometimes they don't show. So it is, this can happen. Yes.
Conscious and
Huh?
You were telling about three Vishnus. So we hear about the residence of Sirodakshaya Vishnu. It is like question of you. And then Mahavishnu. So like where is the location of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu? Because demigods also approach Sirodakshaya Vishnu. We have instances of approaching Mahavishnu, Krishna and Arjuna. So where is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu?
This in the beginning of creation, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu enters into the the universal shell, and then by his perspiration he fills the half of the universe with the water, and then there he takes his shayana, no, and from his navel comes the lotus flower, and the top of the lotus flower is the planet of this one, Brahmaji, and the stem is where the rest of the planetary systems are there present.
So Brahmaji takes birth from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu.
Yeah, that's what is described here, no? So from his navel, so that's why he's called as Padmanabha. Like that. Yes, ma'am.
Already you mentioned like to get material prosperity, one should do yajna, and otherwise you will not get. But we see like there are countries like America and all, they are very much high, they have very much material prosperity in that. But they don't have any knowledge of yajna and all. They are very sinful in nature also. Then how it is like?
In the past yajna. They have performed yajna in the past. So they are reaping the benefits of their past pious activities. So whatever activities you do now, so that determines your next future. So now, if they are doing sinful activities, so then they have to face the problems in the future. So now the Vedic understanding, the Vedic education actually helps us to see, not just the current, if they are enjoying something, so we know what they have performed in the past. And if they are doing something now, so we know what they will enjoy in the future. So it gives a very broader perspective of seeing things. So in that way, like that's how like we become educated in the Vedic knowledge. So then we don't see just what is happening right now. We see that if this is happening right now, that means in the past this must have happened. And if this is happening right now, in the future this will happen. So both the past and the future can be deduced from this. The kind of facilities they have got, from there we can see that what kind of past would have been there. He would have performed something to satisfy the Supreme Lord, to get this much of facility. And right now they are doing something that is sinful. From there we can deduce the future of the person. So if he is doing this now, in the future he will be like this, like that.
rain not hota nahi to without yajna, how rain is happening there? Like
Pious people. They are in some way pious people. They're supposed to get some good things. So there are, like if you see, sometimes Prabhupada actually compares this Western countries where opulence is more to the heavenly planets. So like he tells that these Western countries people are very beautiful, and they have got to great extent Janma Aishwarya Shuddha Shri, like all that is aspired for in the material plane. It is their abundance, in the in this Western countries and things like that. So it is some kind of a heavenly situation. Even in the material world, not every place is a place of karma. So there is certain place where you can actually produce the activities to produce good results, and there is certain other place for enjoyment of the good results. So just like people, they work in the city, and then when they accumulate some money, so then they go for holiday. When they go for holiday, so udhar kuch kamane ka nahi hota, like spending. There's like full spending is happening there, and then they come back here to work and then earn more. right? So in that way, like there are many other places. No, exactly we don't know of what is the kind of place no America is. No, so but then the thing is that it is a place of spending. No, it's a place of spending, and we can actually correlate a little bit to that. No, and Prabhupada also tells this particular aspect. So they have bodily beauty and they have opulence, and then they have so many other facilities. No, they are generally intelligent and stuffs like that. So all these aspects that are there. So this shows that some materially pious people. No, not that spiritual piety that we talk about. So if we have to take up Krishna consciousness, there is piety is needed. So that's a different piety. So that's a piety of that is called as Bhakti Unmukhi Sukruti. So this is like karma unmukhi sukruti and jnana unmukhi sukruti and things like that. So this is karma unmukhi sukruti. So whereas janma aishwarya shutashri, this will be the result of this sukruti. This will be the result of the piety. So that kind of piety is present over there. And people are there like they are reaping that piety over there.
This should be considered, as you said, like related to the future of them, the way they are doing now.
Yeah.
So that may be considered like that place will not be remaining for enjoying maybe for longer time because they are not.
No, maybe like if they are doing sinful this one, so they may be given birth in a place, where the sinful things can happen, or where the punishment can happen.
But that place, America.
I don't know how it will be there. I don't know. Everything goes through cycles. We don't know like how it will be there. And Prabhupada told that when he went there, like I heard so much of glories of this place, America. But then when I went there, like I saw that here also beggars are there. No, there beggars in our country, beggars were there. And here, though people were born in rich family, so they were like they gave up all those things and they are there in platform. So if you have to be there in platform, whether you are born in rich family or poor family, you have to be there. So and all the anomalies are there. Even there also. And when he went to UK, like he told that this is like non-different from hell. There is no sunlight only. Like all the time it is damp. All the time it is like raining and this one and it is like no fit for common people to live here. It is such a very horrible place it seems. So at least in Indian people we like sun. So dhoop nahi hai to like it is very in Bangalore also sometimes it turns into hellish. Continuous rains come. So initially when rains come like it's okay, like the cool climate we can enjoy. But then days together it is there like it becomes very difficult and disease also starts coming and things like that. So it's not that all that is great in the West. That is portrayed. That's how the glorification is done about these places. But then practically when we go there, that time only we'll know ki kitna bekar hai. So but then there are some good aspects are there from material point of view. So which is lacking in other places. They have well-built bodies, they have beautiful bodies, and they have good money and things like that. So that is there. So but people are just reaping their pious benefits, material piety, and it will come to an end, at certain point in time. Either the place itself have to become miserable, or they'll be posted in a place where misery can be enjoyed, like that. Yes.
Like you mentioned, there are many factors in achieving something. Like this effect of material energy makes us forget. So, like we understand that Lord established law of karma for functioning and things like you mentioned like triangle. So, but you also mentioned like there is Lord's sanction and grace is also required. So like should we understand that like Lord's sanction and grace is just like through this law of karma, or like beyond law of karma also God is having some like something one has to achieve the grace of Lord, then only one can get.
So even when it is there in law of karma, generally in the material activities, the Lord doesn't use his personal influence in that. So but even if it is say like law of karma, so why the law of karma has to work? If I do some charity, why should I get richness in the future? Why it should work? It's working because the Lord's grace is there. So like we have to take it as grace of the Lord. No? So if I do some charity, like I'm going to get many fold in return. So like Bhakti Bible students are there here. Some of you have read it, na? Huh? Abhishek, तो वो charity वाला एक श्लोका था ना. So if you give charity to
You were looking for that reference, but we don't have reference. It's just
reference is there in Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur's this one. But then what is the answer? So, like translation of that shloka, what is Prabhupada presents it?
like if you give it to a normal Brahmana, you will get 10 times. If you give it a qualified Brahmana, you will get 100 times. If you give it a Vishnu Parayan, then you will get unlimited times.
Unlimited times in return. And then if you give an ordinary person, then it will same quantity you will receive back. So like that, that is why this Brahman Bhoj and charity to Brahmanas and things like that is there. So like charity to beggar means like you will get whatever you are given, you will get back. तब तक inflation उसको उसका value कम कर देगा. So like you should, when we give it to at least a Brahmana who's not Vedagya, who's not like knowledgeable Brahmana, who's just normal Brahmana, you will get 10 times in return. But then if you give to a Veda Parayan, so then you will get 100 times. And then if you hundreds and thousands of times it is mentioned. And then if you give to a self-realized person, then we get unlimited times. So that's why like when sannyasis come, like devotees are very eager to give donation. मैं अभी जॉब में स्ट्रगल कर रहा हूँ, मेरा पैकेज थोड़ा अनलिमिटेड टाइम्स बढ़ जाए. बट देन टू गेट द बेनिफिट मरना पड़ेगा. अगली लाइफ में मिलेगा बेनिफिट. And then if you don't want life, next life, so then ज़्यादा फायदा नहीं हुआ. But then anyways, I was just joking. So like in this life or in the next life, you will get that in return. So, but our main thing is not that we want to get these things in return. So our main thing is that we want to invoke the spiritual sukruti. That's the purpose of charity. But then materially motivated people, like even for them, there is something is there. So this charity also brings about some material benefit also. That. Yes. Yes, bro. Somebody else was asking.
You have mentioned that there is Shweta-devi, if it comes in the universe, so during the annihilation, this one also gets destroyed? Or?
No. So there are certain places in the universe which are, though they are present within the material universe, but still they are like spiritual entities. So this is a Vaikuntha within the material world. So this doesn't gets affected by creation and destruction. So this exists. In a different plane they exist.
They is also called Siddha Loka, so this one also gets destroyed.
Siddha Loka are not destroyed. Dhams also do not get destroyed because they are just a projection of the spiritual world. So the projection, though it appears to be like Jagannath Puri or Mayapur or Vrindavan, so they appear to be on the material plane, but they actually are not. So they are no projection of the spiritual world. So it just have a dressing of this material world. So but then if the material world is destroyed, that projection doesn't get destroyed. The spiritual world exists constantly, and this projection is it's quite difficult to understand how the projection of the spiritual planets actually exist here. So they don't get affected by the laws of material nature. So Prabhupada gives an example of embassies of foreign country. So though the foreign country's embassy is present in this in this country, so they will not work based on the rules and regulations of this country. So they will be working based on the rules of the foreign country only. But then for practical purposes, thoda electricity, pani, ये सब चीज ये local country से ले लेते हैं. So but then they will work according to the principles of the foreign country. So in the same way, like the dhams, they work based on the principles of the spiritual world. So they will not be affected by the material upheavals. So but then thoda material connection है. So जैसा उधर पानी बिजली ले लेते हैं, तो वैसा ही like इधर भी some connection that is there, but then when that is removed also it just continues to exist like that.
said they are material bodies.
Yeah, they have to take up material bodies to function here. But they are transcendental in the sense that like this material body which is used completely in the service of the Lord, so that becomes spiritualized. That becomes completely spiritualized.
But that is not the case with Lord.
Lord's body is completely transcendental. So when living entities come, so the acharyas come, and when then even Arjuna, is an eternal associate of the Lord. When they come, so they have to they have to go through the normal protocol of the material world. But then they are using the matter completely in the service of the Lord, so the matter is completely spiritualized. It is not spirit but spiritualized. So iron rod becomes fiery, like that. So by in contact with fire.
You were mentioning about that bad elements will be there, will be existing, and we have to become devotee. But we have like acharyas or like Brahmanas, they think that they want to liberate everyone. So how is this like how they have to understand that?
So that's their compassion. Like Prahlad Maharaj says that, like, I want to be there till the last soul, who's there in this material world, and I want to liberate all of them. So I want to preach. So they know it is a very difficult task. So, but then they know that these living entities are part and parcel of the Lord, and they feel, for this one. So that the Lord will be very happy if all His children are back at His home, right? So they want to work for it. So that's a particular emotion that a particular devotee is having. It's a very nice this one. So it's a very difficult task. So but then this devotee wants to do it like that.
So there will be a case where that will happen.
I don't know. So metal world is always overpopulated. So when Vasudev Datta, when he prays to deliverance of all the living entities in the universe, so the Lord says it is just like this universe is just like a mustard in a bag of mustard seeds. तो उसमें एक mustard seed का ये करेंगे तो भी there is so much of population is there, again it will get refilled. So much of deviant souls are there. They are in we know that as viruses and this one, in every inch there is millions of living entities are there. All of them, if they come to human form, कितना हो सकता है. So and it's like overpopulation, too much overpopulation is there. So itna planets, this one, what is it? Anyway, they are going through their karma. So but even if they have to come, so then we have to create so many more planets and so many more universes have to be created for all of them if they have to get human form. Right. That's fine. No, service is there, but then this coming and going, that happens from here. So one who goes to the eternal spiritual world, the Vaikuntha beyond the Viraja, so then they don't come back. All this fall down and all these things happens from Karya Vaikuntha. So that's what was one of the commentaries was mentioned.
So why this? Because even Vijay was having servants and they were having service everywhere. So even till time they were having Dwarpal service. So that how can, and this is always they describe that it what was.
So that's the same question even Yudhishthir also asks when the description is given, that how can the residents of Vaikuntha fall? And by hearing this, my mind is getting disturbed, just like a lamp that is present in a windy area. It's like kabhi bhi bujh jayega. Vaisa my mind is getting disturbed. That's how Yudhishthir Maharaj actually puts the question. So there are many reasons are there, and one of the reason is the Lord wanted this thing to happen, and they didn't go through the normal protocol of a living entity who's there in the material world. Apna karma ko bhog ke aayenge. So they were very clear. They'll come, be part of the drama of the Lord. Whenever the Lord appears, only then they will appear. That time only they'll appear, and they will go back after few lifetimes. So that was very clear in their case. So it is not a fall down बुरी तरीके से हमारा जैसा है ना, कब वापस जाएंगे कुछ नो ठिकाना नहीं है. So but they were like very clear no of this one. So it is not a fall down of the sense of general fall down like what all of us are going through. Generally from Vaikuntha this kind of fall down doesn't happen.
And other than this category, any other fall down for permanent like us?
Oh, pata nahi. No, sometimes the Acharya says like the living entities from the Viraja they actually come. Sometimes they tell from Vaikuntha. So, but we don't have any solid reference, of those things. So, like we can only speak what is revealed to us. So the Shastras are the revealed knowledge. The Shastras doesn't describe too much about that. ठीक है. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. गौर भक्तवृंद की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. हरे कृष्णा.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for such a wonderful